How's it going? Thank you for sticking around. Just had some stuff that I had to deal with last minute. Trying to get here as quick as I possibly could. I'm here now. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? It's been a while. Been busy. Had a little taste of vertigo, which was not fun, in case you've ever had it. It's not fun. So it's been a while, and we need to review these markets and see what's going on, because there is definitely a lot of things taking place in the markets right now. So we got to go through it all and get back up to speed. All right, first thing you can see on my charts is a chart of MRNA, Moderna. This is a chart that we were looking at for many weeks now. And as you can see, price was dropping quite dramatically, right? It was dropping quite dramatically. A lot of traders were taking profits on long positions after this incredible rally that we had here, okay? All the way up there, and then profit taking, which is what fueled this move to the downside. So, what is next? Okay? We saw the move down, and where did it contact? It contacted this area of demand right here. This is an institutional area of demand, all right? So what is to be expected is that we see some kind of a momentum start to build up like this, all right? So there's that option, the 350 strike up here, call option that I opened up to show you the power of knowing where the institutions are going to get in before anybody else sees it, okay? Because you think anybody was thinking about price stopping on a dime when it was doing this right here? Not really, okay? And now we see how quickly things are starting to shift to the upside, okay? Momentum starting to build up. The volatility was very high, so we let it settle down for a bit. And once it settled down, the option prices dropped, became much more affordable. And now we are seeing that incline with price here, okay? So quite amazing how that works, isn't it? Now let's take a look at the S&P. So the S&P, we've got really good trends to the upside here. Okay, let's take a look here. Upward trend on the weekly, upward trend on the daily. Price comes back to the daily, engages in the daily, and now look at what's happening on the 4-hour chart. Okay, rallied up, removed this area of supply, creating demand, came down to that area. Very, very possible that we see it rally. Okay, so in terms of an S&P, there's nothing to stop price from heading even higher from where it is right now. So that's good, because we want to look at other charts and we want to see if there's any other trading opportunities that we could take advantage of. Okay, but so far looks like markets are ready to rally. Nasdaq is already making new highs. Okay, already making new highs. And so let me point out to you what took place here. So again, trend to the upside on the monthly, trend to the upside on the weekly, trend to the upside on the daily, trend to the upside on the 4-hour. Okay, so price comes down. They use the demand that they created on the daily chart to facilitate a move higher. Okay, dynamic shift removed, drop down to demand, and away she goes. All right, it's playing out exactly as we would have expected it to play out. So pretty incredible how that plays out like that, isn't it? Yeah, pretty incredible. So what else do we have here? Let's see what else we got. We have yeah, this one's been dropping. Okay, the Russell 2000, it made a new high, and now it's just retracing backwards. Okay, and let's take a look at this weekly chart. Yeah, we got an upward trend here as well. I don't like the way it looks, but it's something like, oops, that's not what I want. Let's try this again. There we go. It's not the greatest looking upward trend, but we have something like that. Okay, and be aware of this trend. It's not solid. Okay, the latest area of demand being created is not good. Okay, it's not good. And we have demand currently in play right now on the daily chart, not being backed up by weekly trend. So that opens up the chart for a potential move lower. Okay, we have this area here holding, but if this gets taken out, okay, this can drop quite significantly. All right, yeah, we surpassed these highs, but look at this candle here, not very strong. So we can see price drop like that. If price comes down here, hits this zone or this trend line, ascending trend line, that could be taken out very easily. Okay, very easily. Let's go through the stocks. All right, so it's happened. I was watching this supply area on Apple. Okay, the expectation was that it was going to have this zone removed, and it has been removed now. Okay, well, at least so far it looks like it's going to be removed. So that's the area I'll be tracking. Trend line would be like this. Uptrend. Okay. Like that. Okay. And on the 4 hour, we got something like that. And that. Like that. Okay. So let's examine here. So this one's going to be, this one's just ready to take off. And you see how this is just matching what we were seeing on the S&P. Okay. S&P clear sign to the upside. So nothing different here, really. Let's see. Yeah. So this would probably, I'm going to make my own trend line. Just to track the fact that it's upward trending like that. Okay. Alright, so upward trend. Okay, so this is good. I like this. 158. Let's take a look at where this is likely going to. So I'd say, 170, 170s, 180s, 170 would be a nice spot right here for call options. Okay. Nice spot for call options. Although I wouldn't be buying call options now because it's already on the move. So what I would be doing is waiting for it to make its move, rally up, and then when it starts to revert back, then I'll be looking at call options for this one. That's how I would trade it. Okay? Let me just take a sip of my tea. But not right now. But this will make a good one. Okay? I'm telling you before it happens, just like I did with so many others. MRNA, RBLX. You see RBLX? What happened with the RBLX? We'll get there. Okay, but this one's setting up. This one's going to be explosive. They're buying. This is going to go higher. All right? And like I said, 170 is easy. Easy. Target. And then 180, 200. 200 easy. Yeah, this is going to go up to 200 and then higher. So the path in which it's going to take to get there, it could take numerous paths. The one I would prefer to see is something like that, okay? Because it's right here that I'll be looking to get in. Right there. That's the sweet spot. That's where I'll be looking to get in, okay? Right there. Call options, then ride the wave, baby. You know, on this momentum to the upside like this, when you have this coming here, this is easy to track. The second this breaks momentum, I get out of those call options. That's it. And then when it dips back down, I'll get back in. Okay, and wait for that upward momentum to break again. Once it breaks, I get out. You remember Tesla? How accurate the system is with Tesla? You know, right before the big collapse on Tesla. Right before the big profit taking. You know? Where is it? Tesla. On the 4-hour chart, we had that chart signal to get out at 11:44. Okay? I can't remember exactly where Tesla mentioned that he was selling stock. Probably right there, but you see how the system alerted us right here to get out? Okay? So, let's see. So Apple's going to set up. It's going to look really good. It's going to look really good. Alibaba. Ooh, why would you want to trade this sucker? Why would you want to trade this? What's going on with Alibaba? Why is it dropping so hard? Sugar bud announces extension. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I wouldn't be interested in trading this chart. Something's seriously going on with this chart. Let's see here. We might have some institutional demand here, but it's not in the proper context. Okay? Not in the proper context. There's no trends here. Okay? This is not good. There's no trends. Everything has broken down on this chart. So without trends, what are you going to base a trade off of? What momentum are you basing a trade off of? This is down. So I wouldn't even bother with this chart. Not interesting at all to me. Stay away. I don't know why anybody would want to trade this chart. There's nothing good about it. So stay away. You know, I was looking at COSTCO. That's a beauty. This one I want to take advantage of. Instead of just giving them my money when I go and buy products from them, this is one I'd want to support and find entries on. And you know what? It's too bad I wasn't watching this one a while ago, because I definitely won't ever miss out on an opportunity like this again. Okay, this is ridiculous. All right, so what you have is a beginning of right here. This is where big news came out. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. Big news took place right there, which caused it to rally up because everybody knew, you know, if people are going to be going and rushing to the stores and buying supplies. And Costco is like so popular for buying supplies, right? They got everything in bulk, everything you need. So it rallied up. Come the summertime, people knew what was going on here. People knew the importance of the role that Costco was going to be playing in the in the coming weeks, months, years, and so that was the greatest opportunity right here, was to get in here. that was your entry spot. 320s, around there, 315. It's almost doubled since. Yeah. Okay. So here is the next area that I'm looking at. I would love to see COSTCO come down to 460. I'll be buying all day at 460. That's for sure. It's a beauty. A beautiful area. Okay. So when price came down to that area, let's take a look at the daily chart. That was down here. That was down there. Broke the trend to the downside, and then it's been uphill ever since. So just recently we had price retracing back to an area of buying from the banks, and that's it. I mean, momentum is very strong to the upside right now. Very strong. So this can continue 600. I would say maybe even let's see, let's look at this chart. Yeah, 600, no problem. Because you think Costco is going to slow down? Not a chance. Costco is the busiest place I've ever bought groceries at. I mean, it's non-stop busyness. So, yeah, it'll go to 600 without a doubt. I mean, look where it started, right? Look where we're at. There's no reason why it won't. So if it retraces before it gets there, fine. If it doesn't, no problem. We can still take advantage of the move to the upside. So this is definitely on my watch for longs. Okay, definitely on my watch. NFLX so came down. It tested the ascending trend line on the daily chart. Fell short of hitting weekly demand. Yeah, and so now it's just kind of pulling back there. Not the most ideal entry up there because it's in contact demand. NVDA, it's rallying up, not creating much of anything that I'd be interested in. So I'm waiting to see if we can get some of a pullback. Tesla dropped down. Doesn't seem to be holding this zone as well as I'd like to see it. But we'll keep an eye on this one and see how it plays out. But Apple I like. Apple I like a lot. Yeah. Okay, so Walmart, what's going on with Walmart? Pulling back a little bit. Yeah, no proper structures on Walmart. Okay. No proper structures on Walmart. On the weekly chart, it's a mess. It's not something that I would like to trade. This weekly chart, the way that it looks, it's not good. It's not good. So I'd be staying away from it. Zoom. It's inside demand right now, but really having a tough time building up that momentum to the upside. J&J, not much. Pfizer, doing well. Okay. And you probably know why it's doing well with the recent news. Alright. These are Nancy Pelosi stocks. Crowd still holding up there. Weekly demand in play. There's nothing to suspect that price is not going to continue higher. Google looks good. Daily demands in play. Microsoft is also another one that looks decent. But I feel like these are setting up for a bigger pullback soon. PayPal dropping down into demand. Looks very weak. PayPal could be a really good trade soon. Insider buy PayPal Holdings. John Donahue, director, on November 9, executed a purchase of 9,780 shares in PayPal Holdings for $2 million, following the Form 4. Okay, has control over a total of 67,000 shares of the company with 67,000 market value. Okay, SEC filing. Okay, so he's buying November 9 as price is dropping. before. Oh, yeah. I bought as it dipped. Well, he's buying at a good spot. Okay, because we have institutional, it's an institutional area of buying there. So whether it's going to hold or not, who knows? But we'll be watching for the signal to get in this one, because this could be a good one. So I will put it on standby. And RBLX. Okay. We are talking about this being an entry point here. Alright. At about 78 bucks. And these are the arrows that I put on the chart. I said, from here, we expect upwards. And look at that. 136. Wow. Nancy Pelosi sure knows how to pick them, doesn't she? Isn't that just magical? Just magical. Unbelievable. So that's the gist of those charts. So let's save that other. Alright, and let's load this one. Take a look at our markets. Okay, so we've got gold. Gold was rallying up, you know, within the weekly range. So remember that we're in a weekly range still, so it can go up, it can go down. But the fact that it's creating this upward trend here within this range area, it's a decent sign. It doesn't solidify that anything is specifically going to happen. Okay, at this point, doesn't do that, but it's a decent push, because remember we have supply up here, okay, and we have demand down here. Okay, let's just do it like this for explanation's sake. So the last push upwards that we had here within this range was this here. Okay, and that was problematic because it wasn't an uptrend. Okay, we know how to spot an uptrend, and this wasn't an uptrend. All right, this is an uptrend. Okay, so that's good. It couldn't produce it here, but it is producing it here. That's a good sign. So wondering what that is going to lead to. Is it going to lead to a push up here and then straight through? You know, who knows? But we can only spot what we're seeing and see what that means. Okay. So oil. What charts do you guys want to look at? This is Throwback Thursday, throwing it back to you. So give me some charts. Somebody mentioning Disney could be heading to a monthly demand. Disney, yeah, I guess they would be good to trade. You know, like I said, you know, the devil's companies, they make good trades. You go with mom and pop, wholesome, good stores, you're not going to get the best moves out of them. But the devil's businesses, so yeah, they work beauties. You know, if you want to trade stocks to make money, you got to be involved in the devil's corporations. Unfortunately, that's how it is. You know. So Disney, Disney's got some buying down here. I'll add Disney. Disney's not bad. They've been doing a lot. They bought out Star Wars. They bought Star Wars, right? They bought the Star Wars franchise, which is a pretty big deal. Trend on the weekly charts broken, so yeah, we would be waiting for demand to come to play. So there's nothing to stop price from dropping even further, that's for sure, to 130s. So that's okay, let it drop to 130s and then buying area. Okay, that looks good. I would take advantage of that. So we gotta wait for now though. Right? Let's take a look. Let's go back to here. So oil's setting up soon. Oil's gonna be a good one. I told you this drop was gonna take place. Why? Because the structures were breaking on the daily chart, 4-hour chart. So that led us to suspect that price was gonna drop. Plain and simple. Bitcoin, we also said the same thing with Bitcoin. Daily structure, 4-hour structure was breaking, which led us to suspect that more downside was going to take place. And this can easily drop down here. Easily. To the 46s. Is it going to happen? Maybe not. Okay? I don't have a crystal ball. But what I can tell you is, based on what's happening on these two charts, 4-hour and daily, this can easily drop down to here. Easily. There's nothing to stop that from happening. Okay? Especially after they lured everybody to get into ETF longs here, right? Well, don't you think that that's what they would like to reward everybody with? A nice slap across the face, right? Of course, why not? Shake out those that have the weak knees. And then the investors that actually get the insider information, they'll get the go-ahead when price is down here. When price is down here, they'll get the little nod, and they'll be like, now you can get in. And they'll be like, oh, thanks. You saved me from buying at 65,000. Yeah, I told you. I told you. That's just for the suckers. Not for you. And then those with the weak knees, they'll sell off, and you'll be buying straight into that. So, yeah, definitely that could take place. So be careful with that if you're trading this. I'm not trading it, so I have nothing to worry about. But that could definitely happen. Let's see. Euro. Yeah, so our targets got hit. Okay. Those that are in our classes know that we had targets here. Weekly resistant target at 113s. Okay. That is the target that we were expecting to get hit. And as you can see, it came down and hit it just as we had called it. Okay. Okay, from 116s to 113s. That's a big move, huh? That was the exact area where we were saying likely going to see the drop take place from there. That was the signal. I have it still here. Oh, I erased it. Where is it? Weekly downtrend for shorts. 1 to 114s. Yeah. 114s with our target 113. I erased what I had here, but basically it was weekly, daily supply for short signals to the downside. That was the short signal getting in weekly, daily supply, and then momentum shifts off of that and so forth. So we've talked about this in great detail with the students already. So that played out quite nicely. CAD yen got this trade signal that we're still watching. It's unfolding. Let me see the other ones. We got, oh, look at this big spike up here. What's the US dollar Japanese yen doing? Yeah. So this one's setting up quite nicely. There's going to be a signal here, okay? We already, I put this one in the watch list, okay? There are a handful of signals here that we are watching for to see if they are produced. If they are, then we will enter into positions. But something very interesting is playing out here when you take a look at the daily chart. I spoke about this in the forum, so if you remember, you can read it there. But what's happening here on the daily chart, 4 hour, quite interesting because of you know, this area here and what's happening here. So we're watching this one because we could see a bigger drop here. Okay, that could be setting up. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Okay. And remember the dollar, right? Remember our weekly target. Look. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. Our long signal happened here. That's our long signal. Okay? Buying at demand. Look at that. Right here. Institutional area buying. They came in, bought. Where was our target? Up here. 96.14. Is that not a beauty or what? Okay, you're talking about a move from 93.49 to 96.14. Called to perfection. Why did we locate our target here? Well, what was the reason why? Because the analysis that we do on the charts is always to figure out what the banks are doing it, why they're doing it. Okay? Where are the banks buying? And when they buy, where are they going to take profits? And when you understand the institutional buying and selling areas, and you understand how price moves throughout all the time frames, then you can find targets with such incredible accuracy that when your targets get hit, those are the areas where the banks will be taking profits too. Okay? And you can see that's exactly what took place here, because after that target got hit, look what's happening with price. Okay? What do you think is fueling that move back? That's profit taking from long positions. Okay? So, how nice is that? I mean, it's just incredible. It's just incredible how accurate we are. Okay, so this one's good. So you see that pushback now, right? It's pushing back, causing a drop. And then we have with the US dollar Japanese yen, we're seeing this structure over here on the daily chart. And we were wondering why? Well, very likely we're going to see this one drop as well. That's what I would suspect. Okay, don't know 100%, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. A couple more. US Swiss franc. Yeah, that one is starting to build up some momentum, but with the dollar taking profits, we can expect more downside on this one. US CAD. We had this one contact supply. Then it dropped to contact institutional buying. And now it's rallying back up into that area of supply. But remember, weakness from the dollar is going to push this one back a little bit. So we don't know how far back it's going to drop it. But eventually, this one will likely continue to the upside. Alright, ladies and gents, I think that's the gist of what you guys wanted to see. And we've gone about half an hour, which is a good enough time. So I'll leave you at that point. Alright, thanks for joining me today. It had been a while, so I was looking forward to getting together with you guys as well. Alright, so enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk to you later. Take care, everybody.